My name is Greg Kono, and I'm the first recipient of Mikio Toki's Toki Camp that was held at his studio in Chiba, Japan. Chiba is just slightly west of Tokyo, about an hour and a half drive on the coast of Japan. Actually, the weather was just incredibly warm for that time of the year. They were saying it was more spring-like conditions, which was kind of like it's never been like that before. So I think it's thanks to global warming. The day I went there, there was a festival. It was a bean throwing festival at one of the temples, and they used, I can't remember the name of it, but the beans were actually used to throw. You throw those out, and it's representing like pushing the demons out of your house. So we went to that, and there was actually a sumo wrestler was one of them that was tossing the beans. And so the beans are like in these little plastic bags, and so the crowd gathered around, and you're supposed to try to catch the bag of beans. So I actually got one. So I guess that means it was supposed to be symbolic of good luck. I haven't unraveled it yet since I got back, so I don't know if it's all intact. The food was excellent. I think I actually gained weight because we were not only eating Japanese food, but it was kind of like they're serving Western food with like Japanese food, and a lot of sake and beer at night too. And it's still has sand embedded in it from some of the first few crashes. It did get flown. Yes, it is a kite. I can't remember how to assemble it. Well, basically, we went through the process of making a traditional style Edo kite from the beginning of preparing the washi. I've built just more simplified versions of the Edo kite, but this was more of a in-depth process that getting into more details that I've never really I've read about but not actually done. Read about or was told about, certain steps, but this was the workshop gave me an opportunity to actually do the steps, starting out with preparing the paper. The front side is actually covered the paper was covered in silk, and then doing a quick design pattern using sumi ink and colored dyes. The artwork, I was just a simple rising sun. Okay. I just wanted to, I didn't want to put anything on it, but it's kind of like more like superstitious that you don't have it's not good form for just a white kite or just a black kite, that you needed to put some sort of design and color on it. I did buy a little sumi woodblock brush, and also just talking with Toki about that too, of doing wood blocks, and that's something he also wants to do too. He hasn't really had much time, but we're both kind of like talking about it and really getting interested in getting into doing woodblock printing as well. The bamboo, we actually started from the raw stage of the stock itself and splitting it and shaving it down. That was a process that I've only done a little bit of, but this was an opportunity to really get more practice and learning some of the details of how to control the knife and get more accurate cutting and shaving. And so it was a real time-consuming process, and Toki actually did probably 3/4 of it, and I did about 1/4. So if I were to do this all myself, probably this first one would have taken me maybe twice as long to do. So I looked at a lot of knives and stuff, but I didn't purchase any just because the ones that I really liked were just really really expensive.
Yeah.
And using, I actually brought some of my own tools, and talking with Toki and actually working with them. It's not really the tools that I need now. It's just working, practicing with those tools. So I didn't really need any, but there were a few that I really liked, but decided to kind of hold off now until I get more practice and skill. I think the thing that I learned the most from the camp was the actual bridling. I've never done anything this complex as far as bridling. This particular kite has 14 bridle points, and the most I've ever done was 3. So that, the bigger ones even have more than that too. So here on the front side, you can see the bridle points a little better. So all these are, there's four points on the, or actually 5 points on the top, and then 3 on this particular kite. Some of the larger ones, like I said, have more, and you could simplify this by taking out a few as well. This one, for this particular size, this is the standard, and so each of these rows come into these little bridle harnesses that we actually made by using this little rope making machine. That was pretty cool. I actually bought one. So it actually twists the lines, and there's another little button that takes each individual lines and then starts wrapping them together. So that's what created these harnesses at the end here. And that's what took us a while to first getting the kite up, and then making those little adjustment points to get it to tune it and to actually get it to fly. I think what it's going to amount to is just experimenting and seeing what works, but I also do like part of the bridling is part of the beauty of the kite. So to just totally go away from it would be kind of like losing some of its essence.
Yeah.
I think I'll definitely explore the process and utilize some of the bridling techniques, incorporating that into my artwork, playing with the little string machine that I got. I think it's gonna, I could see possibilities of using that in more than just kites, but also some of my sculpture work as well. And I'm really, I think it's gonna really expand more than just kites.